Hey guys, ParadoxCubing here, and this is the first tutorial of my new advanced CFOP series. So my previous series for CFOP for beginners, I got a lot of positive feedback and a lot of people liked it and it helped a lot of people, so I decided why not make an advanced one to help you guys get even faster. And in this one I'll be teaching you how to do advanced cross. So let's quickly scramble this up. Okay, so usually what you would be doing right now is solving the cross at the top. So you do something like this. And, just stuff like that. So you notice how slow that cross was, and I'm going to help you get faster at that. So the first thing you can do is solve the cross on the bottom instead of the top. Okay, so if we're going to solve it at the bottom, you see that this edge is here. So I would line it up like that and then just solve the cross exactly as you would normally, except now you're doing it on the bottom. This really helps because for F2L you solve with the cross on the bottom, so you don't have to do this cube rotation after you solve the cross, which actually slows you down more than you think. Also, if you solve the cross on the bottom, you can do look ahead for your first F2L pair, and it's just, there's no more pauses and you don't waste time like that. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do, solving the cross on the bottom. The next thing we're going to look at is solving the cross without having to align it as you solve it. And what I mean by that is, right now you'd probably be solving it like this, and then see how you align everything, and then you would take this out, then you bring it down. So you can see if I bring this down, the cross, when you solve the cross, it'll be all messed up. But at the end, once the whole thing is solved, you can do one move to align it. Then you notice it's solved. So you don't actually have to solve it with all the pieces matched up. You can solve it like this, solve it like this, and then at the end just do like one move to fix it. So I'll just do a quick walkthrough for this. So you know that this orange is on the right side of the green, so you bring the orange down. And you know, since the red and orange are opposite, you bring the red to the other side. And you know that the last empty spot is at the back, so you put that empty spot here because the blue is here, and you just bring it down, and your cross is solved. And luckily for that case, you don't have to align, but usually like you just solve it and then you'll have to align it like that. And the only thing with this is you're going to have to memorize the color scheme, which doesn't actually take long. You just have to get used to it. You're just going to have to do a lot of solves to get the hang of it, because the color scheme you're going to have to memorize. But in the end, it actually is really helpful, and it's really good to know this technique. Alright, so the next thing you can do is convert your bad edges into good edges. A good edge is an edge that can be put into the position with only one move. So for example, this is a good edge because that's one move. U2 counts as one move, in case you didn't know. So like you just go like this, it's down. These are actually all good edges because you can just bring this into position with one move, one move, one move, and then align the cross. So yeah, good edges are basically edges that can be put into position with only one move, whereas bad edges are edges that need to be put in with two moves, like these ones. So there is no way to put this in without using two moves. So like you're gonna have to go like this, or like this, but you're always gonna have to be putting that in with two moves. So what we need to do is convert the bad edges into good edges. And to do that, you basically, so you know that this screen is going to go down here anyways, right? Because you have to put the screen down. But rather than just putting the green down and then doing 4 moves to insert this red, a really fast way could be to just put the the red edge into this face. So when you bring the green edge down, this automatically goes into position and it turns into a good edge. And as we're putting this edge into position, this bad edge becomes a good edge. And then you can like change the cross, put them all in, and then realign. Since you're solving it on the bottom, you can do look ahead for your first F2L pair and then solve it from there. Alright, so that's all the techniques right there. The only last tip I can give you is to use your inspection time wisely. You get 15 seconds of inspection time, so I'd recommend using all of it or at least most of it, because a lot of people just go ahead and start without even inspecting, and then as soon as you start, you're like looking around the cube for edges, which is a really bad waste of time. You'll notice that the really fast speed cubers, like people who are sub 10, like as soon as they pick up their cube, they're just like doing moves and they have 0 pauses. And that's because they're using all advanced methods. They don't do any cube rotations because they always solve the cross on the bottom. They use their inspection time, so they know where every single edge is. So as soon as they start, they put all the edges in without even thinking because they see them and they do it in their mind. And then right as you're solving the cross, you can do look ahead for your first F2L pair, look ahead for second, third, and fourth. Then it's just simple OLL and PLL. And that's basically how the fast people do it. I'm going to show you some things that you can do while you're inspecting. So, okay, so let's say you get this scramble. You see all 4 of the edges are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know that the orange goes opposite of red. So what I would do is move it here and put it down here in 2 moves, which also brings this blue here, which would be in its proper position. So I would bring the blue, which would be here, into its position. Then you have this green here and all of the other edges solved. So I would move the cross like over, so then the empty spot is here, and I would bring the green down and then align it. That was probably a lot to understand, so I'm just gonna quickly execute this so you know how it is during a solve. So I've got that all in my mind. That was like probably, it would be less than 15 seconds. It's just I was explaining it, so it's longer. So let's do it. Okay. So you notice how fast that cross solve was? Probably like 4 seconds, 3 seconds, I don't know. So remember to always use your inspection time and don't just start the cube right away, and actually find all the pieces and know what you're about to do. So that's pretty much it for all the tips. If you guys want me to do some more walkthroughs for advanced cross, like some examples of what I would do, then just leave a comment telling me that you want me to make a video. So I guess that's it. If this video helped you, then please click that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.